Hey guys, Adam Rose here. So I wanted to do a shoulder video for you guys. A lot of people have been asking about it, especially since my last video, the triggered energy, was shoulders and chest. So a lot of people saw the different variations that I was doing for my shoulders and mentioned what I'm doing, exactly which part of the shoulder am I hitting. Am I hitting the back? Am I hitting the front? Am I hitting the middle? Am I warming up? A lot of questions. So I'm glad to see those questions coming in, and I decided upon one of my subscribers giving me a really good idea to just do a bigger shoulder simplified video. So here it is. So basically I'm going to walk you through a lot of the variations that I do for my shoulders. I put out about maybe 4 or 5 shoulder workout videos, and you've seen almost every single video that I've done. I've changed it up with my shoulders. I've done different moves, and as many of you know, my bodybuilding philosophy is I do one set and I move on. So that makes it seem that I have a lot of different variations going, and it's necessary because I'm doing one set and I'm moving on completely. So I'm going to skip all the moves that you guys know and understand. That's the fundamentals of doing shoulder, shoulder exercises like the shoulder press, shoulder flies. I'm going to skip all that. I'm going to go into the moves that are not really known and show you the different variations. So first move I want to do is, my staple for my shoulders workout has been the military press. The reason why I want to start with this move is many of you, I'm getting a lot of emails and a lot of questions and statements saying that you guys have wrist problems doing this special move. So I want to show you guys 2 variations that you could do that could minimize the wrist pain that you have. So instead of going circular and around, you just go in a different neutral angle for your wrist. So it should help a lot. So let's just start with lighter weights. Grab your weights, usually dumbbells for military press. That's the way I do it. So the first variation is, when I've been doing in my earlier workout videos, is just regular shoulder press from a bicep, from a wrist turned inside, variation. So my wrists are in, they're right in front of me, kind of engaging the biceps just a little bit, but they're considered all the way up. So you come up and you come down. See that I'm spinning my wrist all the way out as I come up. Now, so a lot of people have been saying, that's a great move. I've seen you perform it a lot, and I see that you get a really good burn out of it. But I have wrist problems bringing my wrist from inside, curving it with a heavier weight. We're doing 50s and 55s in the video, so it's significantly heavier weight. So they're saying that they're having a lot of wrist problems bringing it all the way up in a circular motion. So I said that's totally fine, because sometimes I get wrist problems. So what do? My last video, as you see, instead of bringing my wrists all the way in, my wrists are in a neutral position, just out like this, which you see that my elbows are still inside. They're not pointed out, they're not pointing in, they're still neutral. My whole body is neutral, everything is aligned together, and I'm just bringing it up from this point. Let me show you with dumbbells. So basically, from this angle, just like this, and you bring it up. Still working the shoulders, but it's easier on the wrists. It works great. It's a lot easier on your shoulders and your wrists. So if you're having problems with shoulders and your wrists, and they're getting sore and they're getting worked on a little bit harder than the rest, and you want to go a little bit easier on it, do that variation. It's a good move. Military press hits mostly the front of the shoulder and the middle of the shoulder for myself. That's what I feel. And it's a great move, and I really like it a lot. So moving on from the military press, let's move on to something with a barbell station. So stationary object like a straight bar or an easy curl bar. You see me perform it a lot. So it really works well. I'm going to show you the different variations that you could do with it as well. And I want to show you what part it hits and what I move on from there. So usually when I do an easy bar or a straight bar, upright row, I usually do it in a strip form. So I usually go highest weight, set it down, and then go lower and move on 2 to 3 times. So if I start with 60s, I go 60s, then 50s, then 40s, or different angles, different weights, whatever you like, whatever works for you. So let me get, I'm going to show you my hand positioning. And the wider you move your hands out, the different areas of the shoulder that it hits. So I'm in basically a neutral grip, basically just shoulder length, not too close inside, because the closer that you come inside, the closer inside it works your shoulder. And we just did that with the military. So we're gonna go kind of standard. Make sure on this move, as you come up, Your elbows are to the sky, all the way to the top, as high as you could go. Give you a side angle. You see that I'm not bringing the weight all the way down to the point where it's engaging my triceps. I'm bringing it to sort of maybe 3 inches right before I hyperextend. So I'm just engaging the shoulder the whole time. Sticking my chest out, good form. You see that my triceps are not flexed at all. This will be flexing. We don't want to go that low because you're not engaging the shoulders anymore. Show you the other side. Once again, you're not flexing the triceps. Bringing your elbows all the way to the sky. Now, a lot of you see that I'm doing that in my workouts, usually doing a strip form. A lot of you have seen that I'm using it with actual dumbbells. You know, I'm not doing 2, I'm doing actually 1. And I'm going to tell you the reason why I do with 1 dumbbell. Now, the reason why I use 1 dumbbell for that specific move is because when your hands are this close together, you're hitting a different spot of your shoulders. So let's say we're using the easy bar coming up. It's kind of hitting the center, kind of to the back, because you know your elbows are coming up. So it's kind of hitting the center to the back. When you're using a dumbbell and your hands are that close together, you're kind of hitting, so you can already see the veins kind of coming out because it's already engaged the front and the middle of the shoulder. So it's a totally different thing. A lot of people say, you know, you're doing a barbell and then you're moving on to a dumbbell of the same, you know, same exercise. You know, you're hitting the same muscle twice. That's not necessarily true. I'm hitting the same muscle, of course, but I'm hitting a different area of it. Remember, there's 3 areas to the shoulders. There's the back, the front, and the middle. So there's different areas and a lot of variations and a lot of ways you could hit the shoulders. So let me show you what I do with the dumbbells. A lot of people say that they've tried this move and it engages their biceps a lot as they come up. That's completely fine. It's only natural because you are squeezing the bicep as you come up. But there's a way to minimize that. I'm going to show you in a bit. So, usually heavier weights, but it's my off day, so give me a break. So basically, you see that my shoulders are sticking out in front of me. I'm not rolling my shoulders back. I'm moving it to the front because my elbows are going to come up. So I want to come up in a natural way. I don't want it to come from the back to the front. That's just going to give you back pain later on in life. So, shoulders are out. Come up. Come down. You see that my elbows are going to the sky. See that my biceps are a little bit engaged as I come up, but that's completely fine. It's normal. And if you don't like gripping the dumbbell like that, you know, from the head of it, you can come on either side. It's completely fine. Works both ways. If you want, mix it up. See how your body reacts to it. Now, the way to minimize biceps coming into it is when you are bringing your shoulders, when you're bringing your elbows up, instead of the angle where your shoulders kind of facing down to the floor, kind of bring it up, you know, to more of a horizontal angle. So you're still engaging the bicep, but the force is not on your bicep, you know, from a downward angle. It's kind of from the top. So more of the emphasis is on the shoulder. I find that to be a little bit helpful when I'm performing this workout. So just do that instead of bringing the elbows from the ground up. Your body's kind of tilted upwards, and you're bringing the dumbbells up this way. And I suggest, if you're going to do that, lighter weights, because you know there's a difference between using your whole momentum from a fixed angle than to coming up and, you know, completely solidifying the complete movement as the shoulders, elbows are up. So a lot lighter weights. I'm going to even use lighter weights so I can show you a better angle. So as you can see, it's more at horizontal angle. Biceps are still engaged at the top. That's completely fine. But the shoulders receive more of the work. Alright, so now we're going to move to the front of the shoulder. Okay? So I'm going to show you 2 different moves that I do constantly in my workout videos. and it really hits it beautifully. I'm going to show you a different variation of it and a tip so you can implement it into your own workout. So basically I'm going to do alternating dumbbell front raises. I have used barbells and easy bar curls in my front raises before. I don't really like the feel of it, and it kind of leads, in my opinion, it kind of leads to a disproportion between the shoulders. So I kind of like dumbbells just to stay on the safe side, you know, get the same work on either shoulders and to get that same growth going. So I don't want, you guys don't want any disproportions between your shoulders, obviously. So start off with dumbbells. As a small tip, shoulders are forward. They're not back, they're forward. I'm going to tell you why in a second. So I like alternating. You could go simultaneously, up to you. So I come up and I come down. Come up and come down. You see that my wrists are turning a little bit. It's not open the entire time. Even though my shoulders are in front, I'm still in a neutral position when I'm down. But as I come up, I kind of curve it, and that engages the front of the shoulders. Now, small tip. I see people at the gym coming all the way to the sky and all the way down. That doesn't work. Let me tell you why. Coming up high is completely fine. Up to this point, that's fine. That's still engaging the shoulders. When you're higher than that angle, you're not using your shoulder anymore. Your shoulder's not engaged. I could hold up the weight like this for an eternity. No problem at all. When I'm at this point, 7 more seconds and I'm gonna drop this bitch. So it's like this entire sport, this entire movement, every exercise, you're engaging the muscle and only that muscle that you're trying to work on. Remember that. So let me show you how high you could go without disengaging the shoulder. So coming up, I'm gonna give you a side angle. So you're coming up, coming down. Negatives in this is really important. What I mean by negative is on the way down, I'm in complete control. I'm not just flinging it up in the air and bringing it back down. I'm bringing it up and I'm controlling it on the way down. Same thing with the other side. Coming up, coming down. Once again, you're not coming higher than this point. When you're at this point, you're not engaging the shoulder anymore. Remember that. And I'm alternating. Shoulders are in front. Now, another great front shoulder workout is punches. You guys saw it in my last video, my triggered energy video. It's kind of more of a burnout move though, because when you're at that point and you're done with that move, your shoulders are just gone. So you could also alternate with this move as well, but I like simultaneously. I like to switch it up constantly, as you know. So that's my way of varying it up throughout my workouts. So you take 2 weights, very light weights, just like the one before with the front shoulder raises, lighter weights. The front of your shoulders are a very small part of your shoulders and they're much weaker. So bring it up, give you a shot on the side, twist, and come right back down. Twist, come back down. A lot of people have a question, do I hyperextend? Do I come all the way out and come all the way back? That's okay, my one rule for hyperextension in this move specifically is if you're gonna hyperextend, do not go fast with the weights. If you're gonna go in a steady pace, like something like this, already firing up. That's completely fine. You can hyperextend all the way if you want to. But if you're going to go fast, I'm not going to use weight for this. If you're going like this, just punching it out, using 5-pound weights and just killing yourself, I love the intensity, but that's not what you want to do. You're going to hyperextend your elbow, hyperextend your wrist. Your wrist is a very risky position, especially in this move. Don't do that. But if you're going to go at a slow, steady pace in a controlled fashion, especially with the negatives coming back, you can hyperextend all the way if you want to. I got no problem with that. I've been doing that for like 3 years now, and I had no problems with my wrist or my shoulders in any form in this move. So, let me just give you a quick shot. Already feeling in my shoulders. Of course, your bicep is engaging. That's completely fine. You know, it's kind of like working your bicep twice in 1 week. That's fine. Your bicep is a small muscle, which allows you to hit it more than once a week, even if it's a little bit within a shoulder workout. It's completely fine. And you could go alternating if you want to. I'll show you the other side. Great workout for your front shoulders. Really builds it up.